In the span of almost a decade, microneedling has transitioned from being a novelty to a fairly widely used hair loss treatment. While it can work as a standalone therapy, in combination with minoxidil is where it really shines. Published studies suggest that adding just a once-weekly microneedling session can boost minoxidil's effectiveness between 3 to 6 times. Stack this combo on top of daily finasteride, and extensive regrowth is a very realistic possibility even with advanced hair loss. Microneedling's effectiveness can be broken down into two separate components. Firstly, it increases the absorption of minoxidil through the countless small holes it creates in the skin barrier. Secondly, it stimulates the scalp's own regenerative mechanisms, which is why it's also effective on its own without minoxidil. For example, it promotes the production of vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, which is a signaling protein that increases vascularization of the hair follicle. This increase in the blood supply helps bring the previously dormant follicles back to life. What about the downsides? Having said that, microneedling is by no means a wonder treatment. While the frequency of treatments can decrease after the first few months, you will still have to microneedle once every 2 to 3 weeks in order to maintain your gains. If you give up microneedling altogether, most, if not all, of your gains will reverse in short order, especially if you also stop minoxidil. And herein lies the problem. While it has no systemic side effects, microneedling is a rather harsh treatment that can upset your scalp. Though there's no consensus on how forcefully you should microneedling, many researchers suggest that it should be strong enough to cause pinpoint bleeding. Understandably, many guys out there won't be happy doing this to their scalp on an indefinite basis. Aside from the bleeding and irritation, there are other more serious risks. If you don't follow proper hygiene, there's a very real chance of infection to your scalp. This can happen either as a result of your scalp skin not being properly cleansed before the procedure or through using non-sterile equipment. Another possible complication is folliculitis, whereby the follicles become inflamed and cause painful bumps, sometimes filled with pus. Then there's simply the fact that some guys won't respond to microneedling at all, with or without minoxidil. Alternatives to microneedling. If you find yourself in any of these categories, you may be considering throwing out the derma roller altogether. Well, don't give up entirely just yet. There are some possible alternatives that can work through similar mechanisms, but without some of the downsides. Starting with a very inexpensive and unappreciated device, the scalp brush. A scalp brush is an easy-to-use, cost-effective tool that can significantly improve scalp health and promote regrowth. By gently massaging the scalp, it increases blood circulation and removes dead skin cells. This not only creates a healthier environment for hair follicles, but can also reduce dandruff and itching. Many users find a buildup of gunk on the underside of the brush after repeated use. This is a sure sign that it's removing buildup from the scalp surface. Additionally, using a scalp brush can enhance the effectiveness of other hair care products by allowing them to penetrate more deeply into the scalp. If you don't want to use a derma roller, then a scalp brush is a very viable alternative to get better penetration from your topical product. And by the way, if you're using the bog standard minoxidil, you're pretty much wasting your time and money. You should be using an enhanced minoxidil product with additional active ingredients like caffeine, zinc, niacin, and azelaic acid. For that, you'll need Maxoxidil, which is like minoxidil but with maximum power. Head over to Hairguard.com to claim your free brush and get Maxoxidil today. Another low-cost alternative to microneedling, which is actually completely free, is massaging your scalp with your hands. Remember when we said that microneedling can promote blood flow via VEGF? Well, scalp massage can accomplish the same blood flow increase by dilating the blood vessels near the skin surface, increasing circulation in the area. Additionally, it promotes the local release of histamines and other endogenous substances that are vasoactive, meaning they affect blood vessels by expanding their diameter. These vasoactive effects are more pronounced with a strong, forceful massage, making it an effective method to improve scalp health and potentially stimulate hair growth. We've made a few detailed, hands-on videos about the best ways to massage your scalp, and I've linked to them in the description. If you haven't already done so, do check them out. Now, the only downside of scalp massages is they are tiring on your hands and arms. This typically leads to people quitting after a few weeks or even days. That's exactly why so many people are turning to the Growband. The Growband is an automated, hands-free scalp massager that you can simply simply place on your head and let it do all the hard work. It's battery powered and completely controllable, so you can set the massage cycle to the time you like. The Growband works by pushing upward around the perimeter of the scalp. By pushing upwards, it helps reduce muscular tension and reduce scalp tension on the top of the scalp, both of which improve circulation at the top of the scalp. By pushing upwards, the scalp skin pinches and creases, which also helps remodel the buildup of fibrosis in the scalp. This helps revascularize the scalp dermis and help the follicles get much needed blood supply and growth space. It's the laziest but most effective way to get scalp massages done every day. The Growband is only available at Hairguard.com, so click the link below to find out more today. Also, consider subscribing to the channel, leave us a like, and ask me a question below. I'll see you next time, guys.
More hair, naturally. Hairguard.